23rd, and in accordance with adopted legislation, this meeting is being held virtually via Zoom. Would everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, next up is roll call. Aaron, could you call the roll?
Commissioner Bartis,
Here in Berkeley.
Commissioner Dolan,
Here, Berkeley, Michigan.
Commissioner Kempner,
Here, Berkeley, Michigan.
Commissioner Patterson,
Here, Berkeley, Michigan.
Commissioner Richardson, Mark, you're muted.
Present, Berkeley, Michigan.
Commissioner Smith,
Yeah.
Commissioner Stern,
Here, Berkeley, Michigan.
Commissioner Trotto,
Here, Berkeley, Michigan.
Chair Kapelanski.
Here, Berkeley, Michigan. Okay, next up is the agenda. Any changes to the agenda?
Madam Chair, we need to or have a discussion about excusing Commissioner Smith from this evening's meeting.
Thank
And
you.
if so, then a motion to do so.
This is part of the new rules, right, Aaron?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Sorry.
move to excuse Commissioner Smith from this meeting.
Support.
Aaron, could you call the roll?
Dolan,
Yes.
Kempner,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Richardson,
Yes.
Stern,
Yes.
Trotto,
Yes.
Bartis,
Yes.
Kapelanski.
Yes. Now the agenda. Does anyone have any changes, additions, deletions to the agenda? Or
Motion to approve.
Second.
Aaron, could you call the roll?
Kempner,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Richardson,
Yes.
Stern,
Yes.
Trotto,
Yes.
Bartis,
Yes.
Dolan,
Yes.
Kapelanski.
Yes. Next item is the minutes from the January 26th Planning Commission meeting. Any changes or motions on those?
Move to approve.
Support.
Aaron, could you call the roll?
Richardson,
Yes.
Stern,
Yes.
Trotto,
Yes.
Bartis,
Yes.
Dolan,
Yes.
Kempner,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Kapelanski.
Yes. And then the minutes from the February 2nd master plan work session. Any changes or motions on those?
Move to approve.
Second.
Aaron, could you call the roll?
Richardson,
Yes.
Stern,
Yes.
Trotto,
Yes.
Bartis,
Yes.
Dolan,
Yes.
Kempner,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Kapelanski.
Yes. Okay, that brings us to citizen comment. If any members of the public wish to speak during the appropriate agenda item, we ask you to please use the raise your hand feature or dial *9 if you've called in. Comments can also be submitted to planning@berkeleymish.net. A reminder that the Planning Commission will not engage you in discussion. We ask you to state your name and address and keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. Is there anyone who would like to speak on a non-agenda item at this time? I don't see anyone, Aaron, is that correct?
I don't see anybody, correct?
And we've not received any emails, correct?
Correct.
Okay, then I will close citizen comment and move on to our first agenda item, which is PSU 0121-3445 Robina. Aaron, do you want to begin with the staff report?
Yes. So recently we had an application, the applicant Infotech Realty LLC, also known as Berkley Realty Group. They're wanting to lease a building at 3445 Robina that's located in the downtown district. And per the zoning ordinance, office uses in the downtown district require special land use approval. I've included the zoning in the review letter that's dated February 17th. The zoning for this and all the surrounding businesses are the downtown district, as well as those located across 12 Mile. There is parking immediately behind it, municipal parking, which means that they are exempt from the parking regulations on site. I've included the description for the downtown area that's noted in the 2007 master plan. And I have it highlighted here. At the lower level, side street locations and upper stories of buildings are offices, residential units. So the master plan does support office uses on the first floor within the master plan. I have also reviewed the downtown master plan, and the downtown master plan also supports office uses on the first floor in the downtown area. Now, the review procedures for special land use are noted in the pages. There are 5 standards of review. Number 1, the proposed use will promote the use of land in a socially and economically desirable manner. 2, the proposed use is necessary for the public convenience of that location. 3, the proposed use is compatible with the adjacent land uses. 4, the proposed use is designed so that the public health, safety, and welfare shall be protected. And number 5, the proposed use will not cause injury to other properties in the neighborhood. Now, given that the proposed use is office and on the first floor, and it's for a realty office, we do not see that the proposed use would be a hindrance or would cause any injury to the neighborhood, to the public health, safety, and welfare. Further, this business or this storefront has been vacant for quite some time, so to have a presence in that building will eliminate a vacancy that has been there for quite some time. Now, this request is strictly for the special land use. The applicant is not proposing any facade changes at this time. We have spoken about that. At most, they have said that they are going to replace an existing window that's there and either make it larger, but certainly not making it smaller. They are aware that if they were to change the size and make it smaller, that would require planning commission review. So this request is just for the use of the occupancy of the building as an office on the first floor. The planning commission shall hold the public hearing as required by state act and make a recommendation to city council. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have.
Thanks, Aaron. So I know we have several representatives from the applicant here. Before I open the public hearing, is there anything that you want to add to Aaron's report? No?
Neighbor Tony, there you are.
No, so, I mean, thank you for taking this into consideration. We all, we're excited to be in this downtown area. As Aaron stated, this was a vacant property prior to us moving in. And we think that our presence in the downtown area will just only add value to the city of Berkley and the downtown district. And, we're excited to be in this location.
Great. So if you could stand by for questions once we get into that, but right now I do want to open the public hearing. Is there anyone who would like to speak on this agenda item? Please use the raise your hand feature or dial *9. And I don't see anyone. Is that correct?
I don't see any hands raised.
And have we received any emails?
I did receive one email just from an interested party inquiring, but nobody to speak on the record about this, no.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing then. And we will open this up for the Planning Commission's consideration of the special,
Madam Chair,
yes.
I just want to confirm, is that a clapping of the hands or is that a hand raise?
Oh, I missed that. I think it's a hand raised.
Is it a hand raise? Okay.
Yeah,
So go ahead.
yeah, my name's Cole Pointer. I have the barber shop right next door to Tony and Gabe. And I just want to say I'm super excited for these guys to open. They're great guys, and I think that they would be just just two great guys to have on the street in the neighborhood. And I'm just here for their support, and hopefully they can take occupancy of their office and open up so we can have some more business on Robina.
Well, that's great. Thank you for adding that comment.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? Oh, Councilmember Dean.
Thank you. So I'm speaking right now as another Berkeley business owner, and not in my role as Mayor Pro Tem, although because I know this is going to come before council, but I can say that I think that if we can do anything to support existing businesses in the city of Berkeley all year round, anytime, but especially during a pandemic when somebody wants to keep their business in Berkeley, I think it's important that we support that as best that we can. I've been on Robina in my location it will be 17 years in April, and I've seen a lot of businesses come and go. So far what I've seen from Gabe and Tony are two people that are passionate about what they do and love this city. And so my hope is that we can show them some love back and allow them to open their business officially and get some good traction going as we head into the spring season. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, anyone else? Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing then. Thank you for the comments and turn it over to the Planning Commission. So is there anyone that would like to start? This looks pretty straightforward from my perspective. In terms of the conditions of the special land use, it does appear that the business would meet those conditions. Is there anyone else who has questions or comments?
Yeah, I have a question, just out of curiosity more than anything else. Is the realty moving from Coolidge, or are they opening a second office?
They're moving from their location on Coolidge.
Okay, thanks.
Is there any signage changes at all in this?
There will be signage. They have submitted a sign permit, but it is contingent upon the special land use of the building. So
Okay.
we'll be changing the sign, yes, or adding a sign.
So I'll throw one out there, Aaron. I know that the ordinance was drafted probably before most of us were on the Planning Commission or part of the city staff, but it does seem like offices, particularly offices that have some foot traffic, like real estate businesses, would make sense as a potential first floor use in our downtown districts. I mean, they are adding foot traffic to the street, and they do provide customers for surrounding restaurants and businesses. So I definitely think this makes sense in this location and does meet the special land use criteria. And I would even go so far as to say, in my opinion, it might be worth looking at a text amendment to see if we can take offices out of the special land use category and consider putting them in as a principal permitted use in these districts. Does anyone else have any comments or questions or motions to recommend approval?
I can make a motion to recommend.
Commissioner Patterson.
I'll make a motion to recommend approval of special land use PSU-01-21-3445 Robina.
I'll second.
Should we add to the motion that it meets the standards or something to make it more officially?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Lisa. If the motion maker and the seconder are amenable, maybe we could refer to the standards and justification outlined in the staff report.
Sure.
Sure, yeah, I agree to that. Do I need to say it, or is that enough? Just
I think, yeah, we could
those
just,
standards.
in the record, Aaron, reflect that we refer to the items outlined in your report.
Perfect.
Okay,
If I could just add real quick, I think that's something we should do with every recommendation on our agendas. We should, the minutes should reflect that we made the findings required by the statute before sending it on to city council or approving it, as the case may be. I think we should just do that as a matter of course.
I think that's a great idea, Mark.
Yes.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. So with the Zoom procedure, I will go around to everyone to see if anyone has any changes. Commissioner Trotto,
No changes.
Commissioner Kempner,
No changes.
Commissioner Stern,
No changes.
Commissioner Bartis,
No changes.
Commissioner Dolan,
No changes.
Commissioner Richardson,
No changes.
Commissioner Patterson,
No changes.
and I don't think I missed anyone. And I don't have any changes either. So Aaron, could you please call the roll?
Stern,
Yes.
Trotto,
Yes.
Artis,
Yes.
Dahlin,
Yes.
Kempner,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Richardson,
Yes.
Kapelansky.
Yes. So congratulations, gentlemen, and good luck in your endeavors.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys' time.
Anytime. Okay, so next up we have rules of procedure. It looked like there were some minor changes that you were suggesting, Aaron.
Yes, so let me pull mine up here. So I have submitted a memo here, just kind of outlining the areas that will be changing here. So mostly it's to align ourselves with the ordinance that was passed earlier last year related to the new appointee training, continued education, attendance. We've already been operating under these procedures. The Zoning Board of Appeals in their rules of procedure have a required annual review. And so their review is done in February. So given the fact that I was already doing this for them and your rules of procedure are largely the same, some modifications, but there's a lot of parts that are exactly the same. So while we were doing one, it just seemed prudent that we would do the other. So the difference here is there's a couple little things here and there, but mostly it was to make sure that we had within the rules of procedure, so that way if there were any future vacancies on the Planning Commission and someone was interested in how the PC operates, they could easily go to the bylaws, the rules of procedure, and see what is expected of them as a commissioner. So what I have added is highlighted in red. It's mostly just the stuff at the beginning, a couple little things here and there, just for consistency purposes. And then one question I had wanted to pose to the Planning Commission is whether or not you wanted to have an annual review of these procedures similar to the Zoning Board of Appeals, or if you would like to just do it as changes to the ordinance or changes to policy present themselves. That's a question I had for you. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions, go through anything in a little bit more detail. How would you like to move forward?
I think we can just kind of take questions as they come from the commission. I don't have any questions or comments really. I think it looked good to go from my perspective, but is there anyone else who has questions or comments?
I'll go. I think it looks good. And then as to the question as to yearly review or not, I think it just makes sense, even if there's nothing really to change, to just kind of look at it again or in case something has come up. I don't know. I just think it's good practice.
The zoning board of appeals had their yearly review in 2019, garnered a lot of changes. So then when we did it in 2020, it was really just kind of a, nope, we're still good kind of thing. And then this year, obviously with the ordinance, we're changing it. So yes, Commissioner Kempner, not every year there will be substantive changes. Most of the time, it's just making sure we're following along with the way we want it to be.
Other thoughts from anyone?
I agree with that. My only question was the continuing ed. Is that something we pay for as commissioners and then the city reimbursed, or we could just send it to you and you'll put us in those classes we need?
Yeah, so I've been sending everyone trainings, workshops, things of that nature that would satisfy that continuing education component. So you let me know if you can attend, if you want to attend. A lot of them are free or a minimal charge. Other ones are a larger charge. This was all outlined in the attendance, continuing education, and employee training plan that I had sent to everyone last fall, and it's on the Google Drive as well. So I will send those to you to garner your interest. If there are trainings and things that you find in your professional careers that overlap and could be applied to a planning or zoning perspective, let me know, and that way we can give you credit for it. But this should absolutely not come out of your pocket. This should be something that the city pays for you. This is a service for you.
Perfect. Thank you.
I have a follow-up question on that, Erin, and it might be in the packet that you're referring to. But can you roll over credits?
No.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. That's not something that we've discussed. But I'm going to say that no, it should be within each fiscal year, so that way you're continuing on. We wouldn't want to have a situation where within the first 3 years, you've done 25 hours of continuing education, and then you don't do anything for the rest of your tenure as a planning commissioner. We want to make sure that you're continuing to stay up on best practices and things of that nature.
And the only reason I ask is because there were so many webinars and conferences that were virtual this year. It just provided so much opportunity to rack up credits. I don't know, the other thing that I was going to just kind of mention to everyone is the American Planning Association does a Tuesdays at APA webinar every once in a while, and they're free and they're just available to watch. Would something like that count?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm also pursuing other avenues for a yearly subscription to a couple of websites that has webinars and stuff and publications and things that you can do on your own, and it's not a stamped time where it has to be this time between 1 and 3, because I know everyone everyone works and everyone has family commitments and busy and all that stuff. So looking to branch out to ways for you to get your credit hours without encroaching on any personal time.
Thanks.
Um,
That was a little off topic. Anyone else? Commissioner Bardis?
yep. Is there a reason why it's 5 to 6 hours? I mean, could it just be 6?
You could just do 6. I mean, we were trying to look at it in terms of, sometimes there are trying to give it a little bit of flexibility. So if you only hit the 5-hour mark, then you're still okay. The 5 to 6 just seemed like a good sweet spot.
Okay.
When we had
Yeah.
originally started talking about it, we were thinking 10 to 12. So when we just halved it, it just became the 5 to 6.
Okay, no problem. And then do you, are there any record keeping requirements for those?
I keep those records.
Okay, so if we complete something outside not through you, we just let you know, like.
Let me know ahead of time. Yeah, let me know ahead of time, so that way we make sure that it does fulfill the planning and zoning requirements. I would hate for you to sign up or go to something, even if it's free, and then it misses the mark in some way, and then you've wasted time. So yeah, consult with me first before you sign up for anything on your own, whether it's for your professional career, if you find something else. And that way we can make sure, but yes, I keep all those records. And last week or the week before, you all received an update on your continued hours education. Is that correct? Everyone got that? Okay. So those will be going out to you periodically throughout the year. So that way you know where you stand, especially as we get closer to the end of the fiscal year. But the new appointees, Commissioner Stern, Commissioner Dolan, Commissioner Bartis, you are exempt from that 5 to 6 hours for the first fiscal year after your appointment, after you've completed the citizen planner training. So you don't have to do anything above that for that first fiscal year. I mean, you can if you want to. But
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
I think that just made me think of another question.
Yeah.
So are you keeping track of them, then not like in 2019, but from July to July, or how are you looking at?
It's through the fiscal year. So it's July 1st through June 30th.
Okay.
So I have put everything on there that we have done, or that I know of that we have done through basically from the start of when this ordinance was adopted. So I think it was adopted it would have been adopted in July, or effective in July. So everything from then on. So your Commissioner Kempner, your MAP conference, that counted towards your 5 to 6 hours. So you have exceeded your requirement for the fiscal year.
Gotcha.
Any other comments on this? Do we need to make a motion on this, Erin?
Well, if you like, you can make a motion with this, but if we want to include the yearly review, I can either, you can make a motion with that as a amendment, and I can add that to it and send it to you tomorrow. Or if you wanted to deliberate on it, and I can bring you that revised language next month. I did speak to Commissioner Smith about this, and he didn't have any reservations on most of it.
I would be fine with just having a motion with an amendment that you just add that in. I think that's fine. I don't think it hurts anything to do a yearly review. Does anyone
You
want
have
to
a
make a motion
preference on when in the year you want to do it? You want to do it at the beginning of the calendar year or at the beginning of the fiscal year?
What is ZBA doing?
They do it at the beginning of the calendar year,
That's fine then.
January or February. Okay.
That would be fine, I think, with us. Does anyone want to make a motion, or would you rather have it come back to us with that language added?
That's entirely up to the planning commission's discretion. I'm fine either way.
I don't think that's language that's going to be super tricky.
Yeah. Agreed.
I'm really just going to lift it verbatim from what the ZBA has, so it's not a problem.
Good idea. Okay, any motions on that then?
All right, I can try. I move to approve the bylaws and rules of procedure with an added amendment to add a yearly review.
Support.
Okay, so we have a motion and a support. Commissioner Trotto, any changes?
No changes.
Commissioner Kempner?
No changes.
Commissioner Stern?
No changes.
Commissioner Bartis?
No changes.
Commissioner Dolan?
No changes.
Commissioner Richardson?
No changes.
And Commissioner Patterson?
No changes.
Okay, Erin, could you call the roll?
Trotto? Trotto?
Yes.
Bartis?
Yes.
Dolan?
Yes.
Kempner?
Yes.
Patterson?
Yes.
Richardson?
Yes.
Stern?
Yes.
Kapelansky?
Yes.
I will make that update and then I will send that all to you in an email later this week, as well as update it on the Google Drive platform for you.
Thanks.
Yep.
Okay, that brings us to liaison reports. Does anyone have anything to report on this evening?
Nothing from environmental.
Okay.
I actually managed to make the December and January meeting for the DDA. I did not attend the February meeting for the DDA, so there's no updates for the DDA for me.
Okay. Good to know.
Nothing to report from chamber. I did look at my calendar and I have no conflicts for their meetings for the next couple months. So
That's great.
yes.
Okay, then that brings us to commissioner and staff comments. Does anyone have anything to add? Yes, Ms. Schluter.
I will make this brief. So surveys for the recorded videos on the housing and corridor expansion that we've been discussing, they've been sent to you via email on Monday. Megan has incorporated all of the feedback from the last Planning Commission workshop, as well as the Master Plan Steering Committee meeting that we had last week. So if you have any comments, questions, edits, changes, please get those to us by tomorrow, Wednesday, February 24th at 5 p.m. so we can finalize those documents. The videos and surveys are set to be released next week. Tori is working her magic on the presentations to get all of the slides and the transitions working. So I think they're going to be really exciting to watch. Please make sure to tell your friends, your family to watch those, to take the surveys, and also to attend the virtual open house, which will be held Thursday, March 25th at 7 p.m. The registration to attend the virtual open house is encouraged but not required. So anyone can attend at any point. We really want to try to get as much feedback from people and as many people to attend as possible. Finally, the Planning Commission work session is scheduled for next Tuesday, March 2nd at 7 p.m. The planning packet for that will be coming out to you later this week. I hope you can all attend.
Thanks. Okay, I don't see anyone else. So that brings us to an adjournment. Any motions to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Almost a new record.
Yeah, this was a really quick meeting. Aaron, could you call the roll?
Curtis,
Yes.
Dahlin,
Yes.
Kempner,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Richardson,
Yes.
Stern,
Yes.
Trotto,
Yes.
Kapelansky.
Yes. Have a good evening, everyone, and we will see you next week.
Have a
Thank
good night.
you.
Weekend. Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.